Ocho, you remember I told you we was having a conversation the other day and we was talking about finance, about people, and somebody asked us, said, what did you and I and our kids' mother argue about? And I said, money about private school. And people say, 15,000, man, there ain't no money. I'm paying that now. You do realize that was 25 plus years ago. You do realize that was 25 plus years ago.
Right.
Again, you do realize that was 25 plus years ago. And you do realize I had 3 kids. So you sure that we're on the same level of playing field? Okay. Now you get my point. I hope, like, when you talking about this, when we're talking about our kids, all my kids are grown.
Yeah.
My baby's in her last year, is about to go to residency. I'm a granddad. So clearly I ain't got no teenagers. I mean, I could theoretically, but I don't. All my kids have graduated, undergrad. My daughter, my youngest daughter went undergrad. She got a master's. Now she's about to get a doctorate. So come on, people.
That's live.
And I'm not saying that to say comparison. Like, I understand that having a child now and you have to work and you have to put the kid in daycare, it's expensive. That's the number one cause that eat at finances of a family is daycare for a child. Because it's expensive. And you got to have somebody, and you need to have somebody that you trust to watch your child. And I get it. And it's not cheap. And that's why, you have a couple of kids, man, you need to be making damn near $500,000 to have a couple of kids now, Ocho. It ain't like it was when we were growing up. People had kids like when my mom and my grandma when they were born, that was free labor. You had work, they put your ass to work. That's what that was for. They had a bunch of kids. My grandma had 9 kids.
Yeah.
And all of them had to hit the fields. Man, look here. Ocho, I remember this had to be, how old was I? This had to be 73, 74. I'm going to say 73, 74.
Right.
My granddaddy came home. He said, I want everything big enough to sop syrup to hit that field tomorrow. Everything. Now, you ain't got to be that big to sop syrup.
Yeah, you sure don't. So everybody out there.
Mr. Joe Tatum, I talk about him a lot because he would come by and pick us up. Now, I was at the time he met the older kids. I was the youngest by 3 years. I'm 3 years younger than my brother. My sister is 8 years older than me. Now, I got an aunt that's 9 years older than me. And then I got a couple of them that was 11, 12, 13 years older.
Right.
He said, hey. And so when Mr. Joe pulls up, I'm sitting on the porch. Like I said, I'm 5 or 6 years of age. He said, Barney, what about that little fella? He said, Joe, he pretty little. He said, Barney, we can find something for him to do. I'm like, what the hell you mean you find something for me to do? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Guess what? Walk behind the tobacco picker. I had to pick the leaves that hit the ground. I had to pick them up and take them to the guy. Yeah. And then now I had to carry a row. Now the row probably was about 200 yards long. I carry a row by myself. Saying, look, now people in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, I don't know the other states, or maybe Alabama, Mississippi.
Right.
But the first picking is called sand lugging. That means the leaves are closest to the ground and they're on the sand. Right. So that's called sand lugging. Back-breaking work. But you young. Hey, man, I'm 5, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I'm out there with my cousins. Hey, I'm trying to win. I bet I could beat y'all. I'm racing the big kids. I'm trying to win. But the key to what he did, Ocho, Mr. Joe, what he would do, we would get up and the truck was back there, so we'd have to pull the truck up. And the older kids, they had done got smart. That means they had to run back to get the truck, and they ain't want to do it. He's like, Pee Wee, sundown, why don't y'all go get the truck? We 5. Lanny is 2 years older than me. We 5. We 5 and 7, 6 and 8. He letting us drive.
Took off.
Yeah, we let us drive. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like this, Ocho. I could barely go to steal with.
Wait, you can reach the gas though? You can reach the pedal?
That's what I'm saying. I'm up here like this here.
Oh, you standing? Yeah,
I'm barely. But the fact that he trusting us to drive the truck in the field.
Yeah.
So that's where we learn how to drive the tractors, drive all that stuff. But man, hold on. Retired Senior Chief U.S. Navy said, man, I'm going to tell y'all, I would pay for Bishop Gorman. I would pay. Look, man, I ain't going to tell y'all what I would pay for Bishop Gorman here in Vegas. To go to school, he wants to go to school there.
Bishop Gorman?
For his kids to go there.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's in Vegas. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Randall Cunningham kids. Is yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I would pay. Shh, man, please. If it was left up to me, I ain't paying for no school, man. I ain't paying for
no.
Unless now it's just like where the area that we live. Because Ocho, back in the day, you had to go into school to the district where you went. You couldn't go across town if you lived.
Oh, no. It's same like it was the same thing in Miami. It was the same thing like that in Miami. It's based on address. Based on your address, it tell you what school you're supposed to go to. Obviously, I grew up in Liberty City. Listen, and for me, I was upset. It all worked out for me on the back end. At the end, my past was a little different. I lived in Liberty City. I grew up in the 40s. Miami Northwestern is on 71st Street. Miami Jackson Senior High is on 36th Street. I'm supposed to be at Jackson, but Miami Northwestern was close enough for me to actually go there as well. My grandma, counselor and teacher at Nautilus Middle School on Miami Beach. It's time for high school. I'm hyped. I'm thinking I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to go to school with my homeboys right here in the hood. Either I'm going to go to the West or I'm going to go to Jackson. It's time to go to high school. This woman, baby, I know you want to go to school with your fellas and your boys, but I got to keep an eye on you. And I really can't see you all the way from Miami Beach over here. So I'm going to make you go over here to Miami Beach Senior High right down the street from me just in case there's an emergency. Ain't no emergency. I want to go play football with my dogs. I want to play football with my homeboys. But then in hindsight, on the back end, instead of getting lost in the wash of talent, playing against them was that much better.
Right.
So I mean, it hurt my feelings not to be able to play with my people I grew up with, but playing against man, that was one of the greatest feelings. Man, high school was a dope experience. I wish I could experience it again.
And now, Ocho, high school, they give out scholarships because a lot of these high schools that it costs money to go there. Man, I wasn't. First of all, we ain't got no money to go.
Cost money to go high school.
Yeah.
You talking about like IMG or something?
No, I'm talking about like these, like Valor, like in Colorado. Valor, that's where the McCaffrey brothers went.
Right.
That's probably $25,000 a year.
Whoa, come on now. Come on, bring it back. 25,000 a year.
IMG Academy is like 60,000 a year.
But scholarships take care of the funding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because my next question was like, well, where the hell they get their goddamn money from?
Yeah,
okay.
But a lot of parents, a lot of people pay to get their kids in there. Because the IMG Academy, they got tennis. That's rest your soul, Nick Bollettieri. I've met him a couple of times, and he wanted me to come down there. This Bishop Gorman, Cunningham, DeMarco Murray, DTR, Ronnie Staley, Brevin Jordan all went to that high school.
Okay. Well, they got some dogs came out of there now.
Yeah. But Ocho, a lot of times, and I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes people will remove their kids to duck competition. I mean, I had a neighbor that he said that he was moving because he wanted to move to a smaller town to give his kid a better opportunity to play. He said because being in Atlanta, the competition is too great.
Very high. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
I ain't ducking no competition.
Yeah,
I ain't ducking no competition.
Yeah, you got. That's the era we in that too, man. The fact that we have participation trophies.
Yeah,
and we praising mediocrity.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
And all that reclassifying and holding your kid back so he can be a year older. No, let me go. Man. Let me go. What is meant to be gonna be.
Yeah, most definitely. And playing against better competition, at some point you have no choice but to get better.
Yeah.
No choice but to get better.
That's what helped me, Ocho. Think about it. I'm playing against my brother, 3 years older than me, my cousin, 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Most of them, like Arnell, was 7 years older than me. Eugene, 6 years older. Robbie was 8 years older, 7 years older. Bernard was 4 years older. So I ain't had no choice.
Right.
I'm the youngest one. And them jokers call it, I'm saying I'm the last one picked. I'm trying to play basketball. Oh, travel. Oh, he walked. I'm like, God, bro, y'all do realize, man, I'm the youngest one out here. Ain't cutting no slack.
At all.
Hey, man, them jokers tackling me, throwing me down. Hey, but that's okay. But when I got to school with kids my age, they got no chance. No chance of tackling me. No chance to beat me in basketball. None of that. That ain't gonna happen.